recorder guy here, and notice anything different? I have a new place now! It's very, very nice. But, man, I had a heck of a time getting here and moving all my stuff. I have to say, my new neighbors are just awesome. It's like, that's like, I drove the truck down here on Saturday, moving my car behind me, got my stuff all moved in on Sunday, got all moved in on Monday. I mean, it's like, got a feel for the town and got some essentials on Monday, and now I'm here. So, from now on, you'll be seeing me from here. Although there were a couple videos which had camera footage that were recorded in my old place. You'll see those eventually. But for now, I need to address something. My blind Let's Play of Shovel Knight. I've received some comments regarding stuff that's later on in the game, and some issues with audio balance. I wish I could address those issues with audio balance, really I could, but here's the thing. I recorded all my footage before uploading the first part. Mainly it was so I could get it done before my move, but it also has the added bonus of being able to avoid spoilers from other people in the comments. So, I avoided spoilers. I'll have to remember that next time I do a blind Let's Play. Record all the footage before uploading the first episode, and also check the audio balance. Yeah. Also, regarding the Let's Play, I posted in the description of Part 1 asking people to tell me whether they wanted to see all my deaths in real time or to see a fail montage at the end. Opinions have been mixed on that, so you know what? Old El Paso girl, little girl, I'm gonna do it both ways. So yeah, you're gonna see every fail as it happens, and at the end you're gonna see a montage of all my fails. So yeah. Also, now that I'm settled in, I'm going to try to get heavy editing on the first part of my next countdown, which is a big one. I think I might have mentioned this before, but it's my top 30 favorite video game characters. So yeah, get hyped for that. Anyways, user questions. Remember, if you want to send me a question, be sure to go to my channel, click the About button, click Send Message, and there you go. That's how you do it. First question comes from BowserDudeX, who asks, do you have plans on doing a top 50 least favorite boss battles list? Okay, here's the thing when it comes to that topic. If I ever do something like that, I would divide it into two lists. Because there's two kinds of bosses that really irk me. One is the disappointing ones. Ones that are disproportionately easy, have little to no build-up, and don't deliver on gameplay. Especially the final bosses that seem to come out of nowhere. Case in point, Necron from Final Fantasy IX. Or as Josh put it, the big-lipped alligator moment of Final Fantasy. Then there are the bosses that are just plain annoying. Seriously. There's bosses that, whether they're hard for the wrong reasons or they just grate on your nerves. Just so irritating. So that's what I plan to do if I ever do that kind of list. I would divide it into two lists. Next question comes from Jonathan Kimmel, who asks, which do you like more, football or baseball? Given the fact that I grew up in Green Bay, Wisconsin, I'm a big Packers football fan. I love the Packers. I grew up with it. They were a big part of my childhood, just as much as video games are. In fact, I need to get a new cheese head sometime soon. I wonder if there's any place where I can find one. That being said, I also follow the Brewers, though I can't really watch them where I am right now, because I'm still like half a country away. Next question comes from Polixter421, who asks, which video game villain do you pity the most, either in a serious way or a comical way? In terms of serious, Golbez from Final Fantasy IV. I mean, yeah, he pulled a lot of crap throughout the whole game, pulling the strings of the Four Fiends, taking control of the Kingdom of Baron. But when it comes down to it, Golbez was Cecil's brother, under mind control by the evil Zemus, who is the real villain of Final Fantasy IV. Yeah. People who played Dissidia probably forget that, because Dissidia only focused on, as Josh Scorcher so put it, awesome villains. So, which begs the question, why was X death to Dissidia? Oh wait, because he's the only real villain in Final Fantasy V. Eh, whatever. Next question comes from Magus Doken, who asks, is there any kind of process in making reviews or top 10 lists without just listing your thoughts? You know, there are tutorials on that made by the likes of Josh, Scorcher, Speedster, Rabbit Luigi, and Fawful's Minion, so I'll try to summarize it. First part is deciding on a topic. Whether it's cliche or something original, you gotta decide on a topic that you want to talk about and that you think others might listen to. I've actually gotten some people interested in franchises that I've talked about, like Castlevania, Megaman, and Arcana Heart. And BlazBlue. Next, you gotta come up with your candidates. And when it comes to making candidates, there are two standard rules that most countdown makers such as myself follow. The play before put rule, which basically means you only select candidates from games you've played. This doesn't always apply to music countdowns because, let's face it, if it's music, then you only need to hear it to know it's good. And the more important one is the one per franchise rule. Unless you're talking about a specific franchise, I highly advise using the one per franchise rule so that you have more variety. Some people do use the spin-off clause, however, which means if you do a list, if you invoke the spin-off clause, you're going to include a character from a spin-off of a franchise and count it as a separate franchise. For example, classic Mega Man and Mega Man X. Next, you get scripting. This, for me, is some of the toughest because you have to line up your talking points, why you like or dislike a certain character, and how well you think they fit the criteria you set forth, and try to be entertaining at the same time. Jokes are not easy to come by. Trust me, I know. Then you got footage gathering and editing. If you have a capture card, I highly recommend you use it. If you don't, there's programs such as Movier. And then there's the editing. One thing I suggest with editing is, if you can afford a program that's above Windows Movie Maker, I recommend it. I personally use AVS Video Editor. Some of the higher-ups in the countdown making community use Sony Vegas Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, Magic's Movie Editor Pro. One thing you have to be careful of, one thing that's important in editing is to make your footages as relevant to your script as possible, and also try to sync up the cuts in the footage with your commentary. Also, try to establish your own style. You don't just try to copy someone else and pass it off as your own. That's not cool. Most importantly, have fun doing it. You get out what you put in. If you put a lot of heart and effort into it, you're most likely going to get something good. Also, this is important. If you're going to become a countdown artist or reviewer, be open to constructive criticism. Unless you really, really know what you're doing, your first video might not turn out so well. Be open to the advice of others, seek to improve, and just enjoy it. Final question comes from CrossRank CT, who asks, worst Mega Man game? It's X7, no question.